I'm Howard Tipton. Welcome to Tip Talks. This is our segment where we move around the community and talk about things that are either going on or maybe things that you should know. And today we're here with Mark Richardson. Mark, good morning.
Morning.
Mark is our manager of streets, facilities, parks, and recreation. As we were just saying, 17 years ago when he joined the town, those were 4 different positions. And since then, he's kind of gotten to wear all of those hats at the same time. But
Correct.
That's just because you're so talented.
That's what they tell me.
That's right. So anyway, we're glad you're here. Appreciate your service to the town. And today we want to talk a little bit about parks. And we will start with the understanding that we have this really long linear park. It's called the beach. We're not going to talk about that today, but if you haven't been out there lately, it's still gorgeous. So get out there and see that. But what we're going to do is maybe move from the south part of the island to the north part and just talk about some of the parks that we have. We've talked a lot about the town center in our most recent talks, and we want to continue to talk about that, but for today we're going to talk about the other parks. So Let's start with Overlook and Quick Point and just work us kind of south to north.
Okay, on the very south end we have Overlook Park. It's actually on FDOT property. It's their right of way, but we maintain that park. It's got a little beach, lots of fishermen. I think it gets used most by the fishermen and serves as overflow parking for Quick Point Park, which is directly across the street on the very south end as well. And Quick Point is a nice quiet park. It's got a one-way in, one-way out kind of park with a bunch of habitat and mangroves and boardwalks, and it ends with a nice big fishing area on Sarasota Bay. And Sarasota Bay Estuary does a lot for us in that park where it comes to taking out the invasive species of plants, apines, peppers. They do cleanups. They put all the signs in there. They're actually in the process of putting new signs, educational signs in to let the public know about the different things that are going on and living in that habitat.
So there's 2 ways to access Quick Point. You can park at Overland Park or Overlook Park and then walk under the bridge.
Correct.
Or you can park at the water facility, which is just to the north and on the east side of the road of GMD, and then you can walk in.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 spots on that side of the road,
Yeah.
and then the rest would be over at Overlook, and you'd walk under the bridge and around.
Okay, perfect. All right, so working our way then north, we said we were going to take town center and say we've covered that at least for now. But here we are in Bicentennial Park, which is this gorgeous natural flora, fauna kind of a park that is just a gem right in the middle of the town.
Yeah, it's our smallest park, but it's very nice and quiet. So people, come for a lunch break or just to read a book. We have a little library located right over there for people that want to just come in and read and relax in this little park. It plays host to the Chamber's July 4th parade. And other than that, it's just a nice little park here in the middle across from Town Hall to be nice and quiet.
Yeah, well, I can say a lot of town employees use this park, so it's a perfect spot for us. All right, so moving north, Bayfront Park next.
Bayfront Park, obviously that's our biggest park. Went through major renovations in 2017, so it's our most active park because it has our most amenities. We have beach and bay access on at that park, along with all the tennis and pickleball courts, a dog park, a playground. You name it, it's there, and it's our most heavily used park.
Basketball facilities, I was there this morning doing that and working out, and also barbecue facilities. So if you want to bring the family down, have a great picnic on the water, it's a great place to barbecue.
Yeah, it also has our rec center that hosts all of our fitness classes during the year, and it also can be rented out for special, occasions.
That's right, and it is the host of the only public pickleball courts on the island.
Correct, yes.
And they are heavily used. All right, so working our way north from there.
We get to Durant Park, which it's Joan Durant Park. It's about 32 acres. It's maintained by one of our staff members there pretty much year-round. And it has just tons of walkways and through the mangroves and through the habitat. Just a great park. It has a children's playground, a small pavilion, but other than that, it's just a great walking trail. You can kayak there and and fish, but it's mainly riding your bike and walking is what people use that park for.
I'll tell you, if you haven't had a chance to get out to Durant Park and you get out to the boardwalk area that goes along Sarasota Bay, some of the prettiest vistas you will see. Great photography spots, great wildlife birding spots. It really is phenomenal. So I want to encourage you to get out and do that. So we know that we're getting into season, and we know we're going to start to get busy. Any tips for our residents and visitors as to how they can approach using our parks?
They're all, pull up and use them, so use them. Obviously the mornings are better. They're heavily used in the morning. So if you're looking not to be as busy at any of our parks, the afternoons are a better time to go, or, early evening hours to still be able to enjoy all the parks. But they're definitely heavily used in the morning up until, 1 o'clock or so.
It is true. It is a phenomenon that everybody wants to get out in the morning and use the park. So think about pickleball in particular. Everybody's out there in the morning. The afternoon, it's wide open. So for all of our parks, and especially in season, during that winter, spring, the afternoons are absolutely beautiful. So make sure you're getting out in the afternoon too. You give yourself some beautiful weather, beautiful observations and sights, but also going to be less crowded. So it's a great opportunity. Well, Mark, thank you so much for coming out this morning and sharing a little bit about our parks. Now, we do want to remind everybody that we do have the town center, which is now open, and we are going to be kicking that off with a celebration. But then we've got events going on throughout the winter and into the spring. And so I want to make sure that you're checking the town's websites and social media sites for those events that are coming up. So we have a chance to use the new pavilion, get out there and make sure that we're walking and getting some fresh air. So thank you so much for all you do, for your 17 years of service, and for all the hats that you wear. You're a good man.
Thank you.
All right, for that section of Tip Talks, we are done. I hope you are well and look forward to talking to you next time. Be well.